Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS rule as well. Peace and citation to the elect. My name is Anah. I titled this video Banker Wars and False Flags. Basically, I got this article pulled up because ultimately everything that's happening is a false flag. Because the true enemy is the banking elites that's controlling things from both sides. Because they're trying to bring in a new world order and they're putting everybody in places, causing this individual to go against that individual in some sense. And how I would say that is because the banking elites want war because of what's happening right now with the fourth industrial revolution, basically the change. Going to the fourth industrial revolution, CBDCs, digital currencies, RFID chips, they're gonna want power over this new uh, system that they're entering into. So war is coming, and right now what they're doing through the hands of Ukraine is weakening one of their enemies. You know, because their home base, the World Bank and Elite's home base, is Babylon the Great, and they're weakening Russia with Ukraine, and ultimately it says Zelensky urges the West to allow long-range strikes without distant limits. So he's asking for more missiles. He's asking for him to be able to strike further into Russian territory. And ultimately, they're saying the West calls the shots on that. But ultimately, it's the making elites. And going pursuant to Revelation 12 and 12, Esau coming down with great wrath. That time will come where he's going to lift that up when he's ready to bring that war, because it will escalate. You know, so basically, whenever Esau Edom, the world banking elites think they want to go ahead and escalate this, then it will escalate. But all this boils into Ezekiel 38, the war with uh, Israel and Iran, Russia, and all of that. And a quote that uh, Vladimir Putin said was that if you're giving my enemies, the means to attack me, I will give your enemies the means to attack you. So now there's trades going on with Russia, Iran, and these different people that are at war with Israel right now. So all this is going to heat up, and then eventually World War III, and then eventually it'll get nuclear, because we're basically already in World War III. So anyway, and that point of false flags, you know, and that's why Esau, Edom, the world banking elites, the Amalekites are being exposed, you know, as the ones calling the shots. The world banking elites as the ones pulling the strings. It says Zelensky urges the West to allow long-range strikes without distant limits. President Zelensky insisted on September 12th that restrictions on the use of Western long-range weapons to strike deep inside Russia should be lifted without any distance limits. So he's not a part of NATO. He has some type of, I'm talking about Ukraine. They're not a part of NATO. They have some type of new paperwork that they signed, saying that we can help you in some type of way. But we can see that he gets his orders from the West. It says Zelensky's statement comes amid reports that the U.S. and the UK might soon shift the policy, allowing Ukraine to strike on Russian territory with their long-range weapons. So they have given them long-range weapons. They just can't strike with them to the potential that they have. This is according to Zelensky. The delay. So obviously they're waiting for something. It says, according to Zelensky, the delays and the decision have already prompted Russia to move its military targets deeper into Russian territory. If the West plans to lift the restrictions only for a range that Russia has already adapted to, then this is purely political decision. This is purely political decision to relieve pressure coming from allies, Ukraine, and journalists on the countries that have to make this decision. Zelensky said at a press conference with, President Gedenas. So ultimately, the West will, eventually let this happen. You know, Habakkuk 2:1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me, that being Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for appointed time, that the end this shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Yet also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and as death, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So that's what Esau Edom is doing. In this coming war, we'll see what happens between Ukraine and Russia, because right now Ukraine is a ally of the West. So we'll see eventually. Before things get too serious, will Russia just roll on Ukraine and take them out, or whatever the case may be? But we'll see. So yeah, this man, he doesn't keep at home, and he's trying to enlarge his desire as hell, basically going to all these people trying to make them their own, and ultimately he's basically trying to rule Russia. Or take Russia, because you can see that he's allowing Ukraine to take land from Russia by sending the missiles, making their land smaller and smaller. This is Psalms 10:1. It says, why standest thou afar off, O Yahweh Bashim Shai? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? It says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor whom he draweth him into his net. When he draweth him into his net. And that's the world banking elites, right? These individuals are behind the scenes pulling strings, but ultimately it's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. But the world banking elites are behind the scenes pulling the strings, and they're being found out. These Amalekites, right? They're being found out. It says, he croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, Yahweh hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Arise, O Yahweh, Bashmiel Shai, O power, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Wherefore doeth the wicked contemn Yahweh, basically scorn that, he hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite, to require it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee, thou art the helper of the fatherless, right? And the scriptures say the eyes of the Lord are everywhere, beholding the good and the evil. Esau Edom is wicked and evil, right? The Most High is definitely watching this man and seeing what he's doing. The sins have reached up into heaven. So why the Most High is visiting this place, right, with the chariots. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man, seek out the wickedness till thou find none. The Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. Right? And this is what we're waiting for. So anyway, so you get the point with that banker wars, because there's a video that says all wars are banker wars. If you watch that, basically all wars are basically happening because of money, and Russia is spearheading the BRICS nation Even though, which I have to look up for myself, I heard they was started that was a JP Hartiger or whatever, the banking system, whatever. I have to look that up for myself, but basically, that's how you can tell that it's a false flag. You know what's going on. War is gonna come, and they're using Ukraine to soften up Russia, basically. Because they have in their own mind their wicked thoughts of how they're gonna continue forever. Psalm 49:11. So they got a master plan that the most high has given them, right? And they're gonna try to roll out that plan, but the most high is gonna stop them right when they're about to fill their belly, regarding all of this. But anyway, banker wars and false flags. So the false flag is the fact that, let's look that up again, because I just did that. It says a false flag is an act that is intended to hide the true source of responsibility and blame another party. So Esau and the banking elites are doing this on multiple fronts because they're the ones behind the scenes running. First of all, they're running Babylon the Great, and they have their puppets. You know, uh, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris right now are the two puppets that they're trying to pick one, which they always have puppets. They're over there in Europe, and they're calling the shots. They set up BRICS Nation. So it's just a lot. It's a lot of things. So you can understand. That's what I mean by false flags. If you look at the definition, it says a false flag is an act that is intended to hide the true source of responsibility and blame another party. The term originated in the 16th century to describe a naval warfare tactic where a ship will fly the flag of a neutral or enemy country to hide its identity. Pirates and privateers will use this tactic to get close to other ships before attacking them. Right. So this is Esau Edom the devil. This is the tactics that he used. And with that, I'll say shalom.